And now you're probably going to ask me, why do we even need an ND filter? It's literally like putting sunglasses on your camera. That way, in the bright sunlight, you can actually see without having to change your shutter and lose your motion blur. You can honestly probably get around just fine with auto settings on here and just let that shutter crank up and do everything it wants to do. But if you really want that cinematic footage, just put in that little nice ND filter while you're at it, and it'll lower the shutter itself. So it's like putting sunglasses on. I did buy this from Amazon. This is Startrc. I don't know how to say it. It's for the Pocket 3. I already opened this, so we'll unbox this. It does come with this nice little case. You get a microfiber cloth, which I probably will not open or use. It took about 2 weeks to get here. This is from China. So obviously the the Pocket 3's ND filters are already sold out completely. So good luck trying to get those fast as possible. We'll open this up, and it's got an India 8, 16, 32, 64, 256, and a circular polarizer. The one thing I do like about this case is it's magnetized. So when you put it in, you can hear that nice little magnet clip there. So now these are razor thin. Whenever you do put this on your Pocket 3, you know, you gotta turn it on and everything else like that. So whenever you do put it on there, you can get your fingerprints all over it like you just seen that I did here. And what happens is whenever you put it on there, it will cling on there like butter almost. Now, I will tell you, unless you have some nails and everything else like that, these things are hard to get off, because they are so just paper thin. So as you can probably see, it is just paper thin. And when you put it on there, the good thing I like about these are whenever you do turn the camera off and it closes the gimbal, it will not impede it like the wide angle lens or any other lens that you put on there. So that is a great thing there. Other good things is this was about, what, $50? It is nice and red, very thin. I think it looks pretty nice. This case isn't terribly bad. I'll have to store this somewhere, obviously. 50 bucks with tax, not terrible. Like I said, it's got really good magnet, very thin. Only cons that I have with this is there's no 128. There's no mist filter, but you can buy kits now with mist filters. So I will show you how these are in real life and test these out for you. Every single one of them in D-Log and against basically no ND filter or polarizers. And you all can tell me how you feel about it. Like, comment, subscribe, as always. Here is an example of motion blur. As you can see, with no ND filter, you don't have any blur whatsoever on there. Okay, I'm gonna try and do these in the same lighting condition. This is 1/50, super overexposed. As you can see, 1/50, the ISO is just doing whatever it wants to do because it's on auto. So we'll put the ND filter on now. Okay, here is an ND of 8. It's still pretty overexposed. I am using D-Log, so you can see how that looks with an ND of 8 here. All right, here is ND of 16. Should look a little bit better. This is a pretty bright day and everything else like that. So I probably will use 16 or 32 normally. And we have the 32 on here. This should be probably a better option for most days and things like that. So I don't see a problem with this one at all. Very good on this one. Here is the ND of 64. This one's probably better if we're on a cruise scenario, really super bright day. There's not a cloud in the sky today. So How's it look? And here is the big daddy of them all. This is 256. I guess it could literally turn down the ISO quite a bit at 256. There is no 128 in this, which I could probably use pretty good, but either way, I think that 256 may be an overkill, but I kind of like it a little bit. So it's saying my microphone's blocked, which is weird. Okay, this is the circular polarizer that comes with the kit. I did just put it on auto because honestly I don't think I'm going to mess with it too much. Whenever you have the polarizer, you can't really tell on this very well, but it does, I guess, polarize a lot to where you can see through like cars and windows and everything like that. So probably won't make a difference here. Sorry, last but not least, the nothing on it, whatever. So this is on auto, and it is pretty much going to increase the shutter like 2,000, 3,000, things like that. So it will probably be motion blur, probably not going to be the best here. So, but I've been using this. It works really, really well if you don't have any type of ND filters or anything like that. But ND's always going to make it look, I guess, more cinematic. Here's all the filters together and no filter whatsoever in the same lighting environment, side by side. Shutter 150, auto ISO. See how it goes. So we went over why we have ND filters. We went over the unboxing. I let you see it with normal, with all the ND filters, all of them compared, motion blur, everything. Would I buy this again? Probably, because it's the only one available right now as of November 18th, or I could wait another 4 weeks. Either way, I think it does a pretty good job. It's not as prevalent as if you were on a big camera like a Sony camera, but on GoPros, Action 4s, Pocket 3s, the ND filter doesn't do it as much, but it does give that cinematic blur, as you can tell. Either way, just like, comment, subscribe, tell me what you think about it. Are you going to buy it, or are you going to wait and see if they have fancier ones?